Hey, this is just a snippet from our podcast, but if you want to catch the full episode, that'll be on YouTube, and the extended version will be on our Patreon. I have been playing the newest Souls-like game, Wuchang, Fallen Feathers.
Mm-hmm. Bird blight, or whatever the heck this is.
Yeah, basically bird blight. Let's get into it. We got a lot of details here. I've been playing, and I will start by saying it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Good game.
Nice.
Good game.
This is their B-roll that they sent over. I had to threw it over to Dawn.
Yeah. So Wuchang, Fallen Feathers.
Birdborne.
I'm playing on PS5 Pro, performance mode. Struggles a little bit to maintain 60. When you're sprinting through the environment, you'll get some like stutters and stuff.
Some roughness with the PC version.
Yeah, little roughness overall with the production values, I would say, to kind of really embrace that swimming in sevens vibe.
Well, embrace the Souls legacy, right?
You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. That is good. Blight Town, dude. You are correct. This is a war-torn and plague-stricken land of Shu. And Shu is some like ancient Chinese kingdom, now part of the Sichuan province. And it's during the Ming Dynasty, which was between like 1300s and 1600s. So they're using real-world history, but also, taking creative liberties with like demons and plagues and all that. So it's like historical fiction, if you will. There is the namesake of the game, Fallen Feathers. There's like a feathering disease that has overtaken the land.
Yeah, bird blight.
The bird blight. For unknown reasons, you're kind of discovering that as you go. You're learning about people. There's like medical reasons.
Not for reasons unknown.
We honed in on it.
I was like, Isla's going to say it.
Yeah, it's like, if Huber's not going to do it, I guess I have to do it.
And we are the titular Wuchang by Wuchang. Yeah, so that's us. She's got amnesia, classic tropes. Here we go, amnesia tropes. And then she has like resistance to the feathering. She still has it like on her body and stuff. Like her
she
arm.
looks like she's got a lot of feathers.
This is an armor they're wearing in this clip.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's usually just like her arm is really feathered. So there's that. But yeah, this is a traditional Souls-like in the sense of interconnected zones. We always talked about how Wukong was a little more linear until you got to like
level by level. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like different acts in that game, so like 1 through 5 acts, and then like the later acts definitely had more paths to go. But already from the get-go in Wuchang, I'll pronunciate so you know what I'm talking about. Wuchang, a lot of ways to go. I mean, when you play a Souls-like game, I'm sure all of you are mapping out all the different ways to go, and you're backtracking, and you're going to peek down this way, and you're going to hold the other way in your brain. You're like, okay, that way leads to somewhere. Let me go see where this place leads. Well, then you go somewhere, and it's like, okay, well now this place leads to like 3 other places. So there's quite a lot of room to explore. Like I was getting lost, not frustratingly or frequently, but I really had to pay attention to the environment, where I was going. And then, of course, there's a lot of shortcuts, just like a Souls game. You're opening doors, you're hitting cranks to raise, platforms and elevators up. There are 5 weapon types. Isla, you're pumped. There's dual blades, of course.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that, like how because I think that's one of the big things that can differentiate these games is what they do in terms of their weapons. Because some will be like way more focused.
Yeah. So there's 5 core weapons. There's you start with a big 2-handed longsword, which I've been using like for the most of the game. It's freaking sick. There's axes, spears, 1-handed sword, freaking Crouching Tiger vibes, and twin blades.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So then you can equip 2 weapons at once, and the main combat mechanic of Wuchang is the feathering mechanic. When you perfect dodge or when you perform combos with your weapons, usually, you will gain feathering charges. You can then use those charges to enhance your abilities. You'll have special moves. If you have more charges, they'll be more potent. And then what's really, really fun is you can use those charges for this thing called the quick switch. This is so addicting. It's so fun. You just click in the stick and you'll swap weapons. But when you swap weapons, it'll be like a transition attack. So, I'm using the longsword and the axe. I'll be hitting them and then I'll swap to the axe and she'll all of a sudden take it out and jump in the air and slam. So it's really fun managing your feathering charges and your weapon abilities as well. For example, the longsword has you can parry with that. There's no universal block or parry in this game. It's all about dodging and attacking.
Hell yeah.
Yep, dodging and attacking, the main name of the game. But if you use this longsword like they're doing in this video, perfect timing right now, they're parrying that really, really strong. And then also guard breaking is huge. Visceral attacks. We've all done it in Souls games. You break their guard, you do a big visceral attack. What's really fun is if you do a charged heavy from behind, immediate stagger, and then you can visceral attack them.
Okay.
So there's not really stealth.
That's what we saw with the slash marks?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's not really stealth. You can creep up on unsuspecting enemies and pull one of those out, but it is a lot about positioning. So dodging behind enemies, getting those big charge R2s from their backside.
Some good gameplay in this outfit here.
Yes. Yeah. Great outfit. Chic out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the weapons there are weapon skills and discipline skills. The weapon skills are unique to each individual weapon, like I was telling you about the deflect with the longsword. Yeah. But then the discipline skills, there's a huge skill tree. It's a little reminiscent of Wuchang, in the sense that you are constantly unlocking XP to activate these nodes. Grid sphere vibes, Damiani, but not interconnected.
Yeah, I saw that at Summer Game Fest. Yeah, I saw what it looked like. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 different paths, one for each, or 6 different paths. There's one skill tree for each weapon, and then one for feathering and madness and your Estus flask, what have you.
Do you find that you stick with one weapon, or is it kind of because of the feathering switch system? Is it kind of encouraging you to use a bunch of them?
Yeah, I would say it encourages you to use probably 2 weapon types. Okay. 2 would be nice because, again, each weapon type has a full-on skill tree associated with it. Oh, okay. So I think it would be really hard to level up every weapon, but I feel like you could comfortably level up 2. That's what I've been doing is the longsword and the axe. And you don't have to worry about, there is a little bit, there's not really crafting. There's a lot of items you pick up, medicine pills and whatnot. But what's really cool too is you find things that you can use on your skill tree, and that'll just level up your weapon type permanently. Instead of having to go to a blacksmith and give them ingots or whatever the hell, it's you find this resource and then just on the skill tree, one of the nodes will be longswords +1.
Okay.
So you can kind of pick your path, what you want to prioritize. You want to, go for those weapon upgrades that are just going to level up the entire type, or base stats plus strength, plus agility, all that basic boilerplate stuff that we have come to expect from a Souls game. Yeah, there's also one last mechanic. I'm sorry I'm hitting you with all these mechanics. It is a fairly complicated game, but not incredibly overwhelming. If the first Berserker Kazan's difficulty is a 10 out of 10 difficulty, I would say we're about at a 7 here, 7.5.
Okay.
The bosses do a fair amount of damage, but they're not spongy, which I like.
Yeah.
You know, you'll walk into a boss room and you're intimidated, some big flaming beast, and you're like, oh God, here we go. Time to turn the game off and go eat lunch. And it's like, oh wait, couple hits, I've already got it down, like a fourth of its health, fifth of its health. Let's go, I can do this. So I feel like the bosses not having a lot of health, at least for the first like 10 or so hours that I'm in, is actually really nice. Like it really eases you into everything.
I wonder how
Don,
much
I know
it
I
was
had another
tuned
clip that had boss
differently
fights
from the SGF, because that was kind of not the case at SGF.
Yeah.
I heard people
Maybe
saying
they
at SGF it was
overcompensated.
very hard.
Yeah, it took a lot of hits, but also like you could do.
I fought like 5 bosses, and they all went down fairly easily. I haven't been min-maxing, and easily not like skill-based, but easily as in like, I'm doing a good amount of damage to this thing. I can take this thing out.
Feels rewarding, not that it's easy to... Got it. Because it's like...
here's one of the bosses, actually. This thing was a boss. This thing's a freak. You can also summon, kind of. It is story-based. So for this fight on screen right now, there was this like priest...
There's a dude outside,
Yeah, there's this priest that went corrupt in this temple, and you meet this other wandering character that's like, yo, I really need to find this medicine, but this priest is blocking it. If you come across him, let me know. Blow this whistle. So you blow the whistle, character shows up, 2-on-1, piece of cake. Super fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I fought this thing too. Nice. This big Evil Within type enemy.
Yeah, geez.
This one I died a couple times, but again,
it's like a
took
giant
a lot of
woman
damage.
with Wolverine claws.
Yeah, it was
for
really
listeners.
freaky.
And she's on all fours attacking you like a dog. It's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, she'll like stand up to and start spewing blood. Here it is, right? Blood spray.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Like her face peels back.
boss.
Dude, her face is fully Beetlejuice 1, like
the tongue hanging out.
Costume, yeah.
Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight vibes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So one last mechanic. Sorry, there's so many mechanics, everyone. There are bonfires, as you would come to expect. There's shrines. Estus Flask, of course. You rest at a shrine to reset the world and level up. Mm-hmm. And there's other things, too. You can slot in upgrades to, like, your feathering arm. I have the ability to, like, put flame on my weapon now. Those are charges that reset at bonfires. There's some other little talismans you can equip. So a lot of ways to upgrade your character, yes. There's a madness mechanic. So this is really fun. This is a cool mechanic for a Souls game. I like this a lot. So when you kill humanoid enemies or when you die, your madness meter goes up. Die a couple times, that thing starts spiking up. When you die, you don't lose all of your souls. You lose a big chunk, and then you can recover them like a Souls game. But the twist, when your madness gauge fills all the way up and you die, when you go back to retrieve your souls, your inner demon manifests, and you have to basically fight like a version of you that's demonic, that looks awesome, by the way. Some like cool Ronin looking hat. Cool. She's all like clad in white and shit. She looks amazing. You have to then fight that NPC to retrieve your souls. If that thing kills you, your souls are gone permanently.
Got it.
So it's like, you gotta watch your madness gauge. Also, there's a ton of min-maxing and builds related to increasing your madness to give more deal more damage, but also receive more damage. Kind of a glass cannon type build. So quite a lot of ways to.
Did we get an extra code for this? I want to play this. It
is really, really solid.
When's this coming out?
I think
today. Yeah, today.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Yeah. I would say it is a very solid Souls game. The lore is pretty solid too. You know, you're finding you're
It's on
talking
Game Pass? All right.
Oh, nice. Yeah. NPCs will give you quests. I've been meaning to change the VO to Chinese, but I haven't. So I've been playing on English, and the VO is a little not the best.
Is it like waifu nani kind of, or what is it like?
No, it's like everybody's British, but like it's just kind of like it doesn't have the gravitas of like the best in the class of like a Lies of P or a FromSoft. game for sure. So the VO is like, holds it back a little bit. Production value is just a little less than you would expect from something like Lies of P or From Software.
Yeah.
Or even Wukong. Like, Wukong dazzled us with the insane production values, but like...
Wukong dazzled.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I said dazzled. I'm sorry.
I love it.
I think the gameplay and the exploration I like in Wuchang more than Wukong. Even though Wukong had the budget, and I love Wukong as well. I finished that game, talked about it a bunch, love Wukong, but there's something about Wuchang, it's just a really competent, really solid Souls-like game. If you like Souls games at all, I absolutely recommend giving it a look and then seeing if you want to commit all the way through.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, that was my biggest question mark. Is this is another Souls-like game that's like us swimming in sevens? Because it feels like there's a lot of them. And then,
totally.
Because I always hear like FromSoft always in for their mainline games, but like the only one that's been a Souls-like that I feel like I need to play at some point because to speak so highly of it is Lies of P. Oh, and every other one is like it's fun if you have some time to kill and like play, but like is it what is it doing to stand out? Or is it just like another good Souls-like, which is not bad, but as I said, you're competing against a lot of things right now. Yeah.
Totally, Damiani. I'm glad Isla said it was on Game Pass because I feel like...
Chat said that. Chat let me know.
Thank you, chat. I feel like those two genres, Damiani, I think you can attest to it. Metroidvanias and Souls-likes. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And those genres are a commitment. It's like a big JRPG also. Like, you got to commit to them. So I feel like just kind of peeking your head in, reading the room, seeing what people are saying, and then giving it a shot yourself, maybe fight a few bosses, see if you want to stick it out all the way to the end,
Yeah.
So. Also, multiple endings.
Okay.
Dark Souls has that too, depending on, depending on how you handle NPC quest lines and whatnot, standard stuff of like, my son has gone to the temple, please find him. You find the son, get the thing, give it back to the person, like stuff like that. So, yeah. So really solid. I really like it. Wuchang, Fallen Feathers. If you like this conversation, become a $5 and up patron. You get ad-free cuts, extended cuts, all of the cuts, and you get to get into our Discord and more. Patreon.com/EasyAllies.